In this video, I am going to show you how to build multiple streams of income completely from scratch in 2025. So this is not gonna be some get-rich-quick scheme. I am just gonna give you the frameworks that you need to think about when it comes to building passive income, when it comes to building multiple streams of income so that you can do it yourself. So let's dive straight into it. So there are 3 types of assets that you should always look at when it comes to building multiple streams of income. You have people, you have capital, and then you have skills. All of these are things that you can leverage in order to create more streams of income. When it comes to people, there are 2 ways that you can go here. The first one is that you can become a consumer of other people as services and pay them to do stuff for you. The second option is that you can start providing services to other people yourself. This is kind of like an employment relationship where you are either buying your time or selling your time. People who are able to sell their time at a premium tend to make more money because they're able to charge people for their expertise. But people who buy time tend to do better by leveraging other people's time. So you can see both of these options. Next up, we have capital. Now, with capital, you can choose to invest in assets that appreciate over time, or you can use debt to your advantage in order to buy assets that also appreciate over time. Now, capital is a tricky one because if you don't manage it properly, it can really come back and bite you. A lot of people say that you shouldn't take on any debt, but I disagree with that because debt can be used as a tool. I've used it myself, and I've seen a lot of other people use it successfully as well. But it does require a certain level of expertise in order to use it properly. And this is why it's very important that you learn how to manage your finances, how to understand what it means when you're investing in stocks versus real estate versus crypto. All of those different types of investments. And finally, we have skills. So with skills, there are 2 different ways that you can go here as well. Either you can develop a skill, or you can buy access to someone else's skill set. For example, you can choose to learn how to code for yourself, and then start doing freelance work. Or you can pay someone to do that work for you, right? The issue with paying someone to do it for you is that you'll never make more than them. The reason why is because they're the ones who have the expertise. They're the ones who have developed the skill set. And so they're the ones who will ultimately profit the most. Now, this doesn't mean that you shouldn't hire other people. Of course you should. But you should always try to develop the skills yourself because then you'll be able to maximize your potential. Now, once you've identified the different types of assets that you have, you can start putting them together in order to build out your streams of income. So let me give you a couple of examples. So let's say you're starting from scratch. You have no money, you have no skills, and you have no network. Well, then you need to start developing a skill. So maybe you decide to learn how to code. Maybe you decide to become a writer. Maybe you decide to start doing social media marketing. Whatever it is, you need to start developing a skill set that will allow you to provide value to other people. While you're doing that, you also need to start building a network because you are not going to be able to provide that service to anyone if you don't have anyone in your network who needs it. So maybe you start talking to friends and family members and you tell them, "Hey, I'm learning this new skill. Would you be interested in me doing this for you one day?" If they say yes, great! Put them in your calendar. Schedule it in and then deliver on your promise. Once you've done that for a couple of people, you'll start to build up a network of people who know, like, and trust you. And they'll also be willing to refer you to other people. So now you have even more opportunities to provide your services to people that you wouldn't have had otherwise. And so, as you're doing that, you also need to start thinking about the type of business that you want to start. So let's say you want to start a blog. You want to start writing articles. Well, you've learned the skill. You have the network. Now you need to figure out how much money you want to invest into this. Do you want to go all in and quit your job and then try to make this work? Or do you want to do it part-time while you keep your day job? There's no right or wrong answer here. It just depends on your personal situation. But you need to figure that out before you can move forward. Once you've done that, you need to start figuring out how you're going to market your services. So maybe you start reaching out to businesses and you ask them, "Hey, would you be interested in me writing some articles for your blog?" If they say yes, great! Start working with them. Deliver on your promises and then start asking for more work. As you do that, you'll start to build up a clientele. You'll start to make more money. You'll start to get more referrals. And eventually, you'll be able to hire other people to help you with your workload. At this point, you've created your first stream of income. And now you can start thinking about creating your second stream of income. Now, this is important because you want to make sure that you don't put all of your eggs in one basket. If something happens to that one thing, you still have other sources of income that can sustain you. Plus, it gives you more flexibility. It gives you more freedom. And it also makes you more resilient to whatever might happen in the future. So let me give you another example. Let's say you have a full-time job and you want to start creating content online. Well, you can do that in your spare time. You can start making videos. You can start writing articles. You can start doing whatever you want to do. Now, when you're first starting out, you probably won't make any money from it. But as you continue to produce content, as you continue to build up your network, as you continue to develop your skills, eventually you'll start to monetize your content. Eventually you'll start to make money from it. And now you've created a second stream of income. Now, obviously, this isn't going to happen overnight. It takes time to build an audience, to build a following. But if you stick with it, if you continue producing quality content, eventually you'll start to see results. And when you do, it'll be worth it. This is how you build multiple streams of income. And it's not as complicated as it seems. It just requires a little bit of planning, a little bit of effort, and a lot of patience. If you stick with it, I promise you, you'll be able to build multiple streams of income in 2025.